In the previous few verses, that is 24th to the 30th shlokas that we covered in the 32nd video, Lord Krishna listed the and described the various types of sacrifices. People may offer possessions, material things, that is, they may do artha yajna or dravya yajna. They may practice austerity, study and chant Vedic scriptures, do pranayama, restrict food. So, in our day to day lives, we may perform one of these or many of these as sacrifices. But yajna done with the right attitude absolves us from our sins and takes us to the Brahman, the destination we seek. In the next six shlokas, that is 31st to the 36th shlokas, that we would be covering in the 33rd video, Lord Krishna talks about the glory of knowledge. यज्ञशिष्टामृतभुजः यान्ति ब्रह्म सनातनं नायं लोकोऽस्त्ययज्ञस्य कृतोऽन्यः कुरु सत्तम. That is Arjuna, greatest among the men of Kuru dynasty. Yajna Shishta Amrita Bhujaha. Shishta is what remains. So Amrita, so those who eat the Amrita, that is the remnants of the Yajna. Sanatanam Brahma Yanti. So those persons who eat the remnants of the Yajna, which is like nectar, which is like Amrita, they reach Sanatanam, they reach the eternal Brahman. Ayajnasya ayam lokaha na asti. Ayajnaha is one who does not perform sacrifice. So one who does not perform sacrifice, ayam lokaha na asti. Even this bhuloka does not exist for him. Meaning this bhuloka does not give him any happiness. Anyaha kutaha, when that is the case, even when in this bhuloka he is not going to get any happiness, anyaha kutaha, how can he get a higher world? So one who performs sacrifices, eats the amrita, the remnants of the yajna, and they reach Brahman. The non-sacrificer, for him even this bhuloka is not there, leave alone higher worlds. So here yajna is the sacrifices or the offerings made to the Supreme, performing the prescribed duties as stipulated in the Vedic scriptures, as per the Varnashrama, and those who partake the remnants, those who partake the amrita after making the sacrifices become spiritual, they become wise, and they get liberated and they reach the Brahman, the Supreme. Those who ignore this, those who neglect performing duties, those who neglect performing these sacrifices, that is the ayajna, they are stuck in the material world, in the world of Maya, which is full of miseries. They do not experience any happiness in this material world. They have wasted this precious opportunity of human birth. So what happiness can such indisciplined persons hope to have in this world or any other higher world? Nothing but misery and despair awaits them. Evam bahuvida yajnaha vitata brahmano mukhe karmajan vidditan sarvan evam nyatva vimokshyase. Evam bahuvida yajnaha brahmanaha mukhe vitataha. Brahmanaha is Vedas here. So evam bahuvida yajnaha. So likewise many bahuvida, many sacrifices are mentioned, they are prescribed in Vedas. Mukhe vitataha. So they are prescribed in the Vedas. Tan sarvan karmajan viddi. Viddi is know. Sarvan, know all those sacrifices. All manifest from karmajan. Know that sarvan, all manifest from karmajan. All manifest only from actions. Evam nyatva vimokshyase. Knowing this, you will be liberated. So in this shloka, Lord Krishna talks about the Vedic authenticity of the yajnas. The prescribed sacrifices as given in the Vedas have been transmitted by gurus in the tradition of Vedic culture. So these sacrifices performed by the physical body, mind are of a transitory nature, and Atma alone is eternal. Performance of yajnas through action, mind and speech involving doing our day-to-day duties and doing our day-to-day duties and occasional duties. By understanding this fact, a person gets liberated. The disciplined life purifies the mind and the body, and the knowledge liberates a person from the cycle of birth and death. So through this shloka, Lord Krishna explains how a karma yogi imbibes Vedic knowledge. श्रेयान् द्रव्यमयात् यज्ञ ज्ञानयज्ञः परन्तप सर्वकर्माखिलं पार्थ ज्ञाने परिसमाप्यते. Parantapa Partha Arjuna, Parantapa, O Arjuna, son of Pritha, who scorches all enemies in the battlefield, Dravyamayat Yajnat Jnana Yajnaha Shreyaha. So, Jnana Yajnaha Shreyaha. Offering knowledge sacrifice is superior. Superior than what? Dravyamayat Yajnat. So, knowledge sacrifice is superior to offering material things. Dravya is material things. So, that sacrifice where material things are offered, possessions are offered as sacrifice, that is inferior to Jnana Yajna, which means Jnana Yajna is superior. Why? Because Akilam Karmam Sarvam Jnane Parisamapyate. Because Akilam Karmam, all actions, Sarvam in their entirety, Jnane Parisamapyate. They come to an end, they culminate in knowledge. So all yajnas prescribed in the previous shlokas, many yajnas have been prescribed. They are all useful methods of upasana, of worship. Karma has two aspects to it. One is the methodical activity of performing actions through physical body, mind and speech, offering dravya and offering material possessions and other ingredients as oblation in yajnas. However, the other angle to this is performing these yajnas with spiritual wisdom or intelligence. Performing yajnas with spiritual intelligence is superior, because merely offering material things in sacrifice means very little. All actions performed in yajnas through physical body, mind and speech is purposeful only if it culminates in spiritual realization. The action of offering material things in sacrifices may have some merit, but when it is done with spiritual intelligence, it dispels all doubts, leads to self-realization, and therefore there is no need thereafter to perform actions. So Lord Krishna in this shloka underlines the point that all actions culminate in knowledge. Once knowledge is gained, the need for action thereafter does not exist. Also, any action performed without a purpose is meaningless. Since knowledge is a goal, one must perform actions to gain knowledge. तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेश्यन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः. O Arjuna, tat viddhi, seek and gain that knowledge. From whom? Knowledge is to be gained from a guru. Pranipatena, first you need to accept a guru, and then pranipatena, by prostrating Shashtanga Namaskara in front of the Guru. Pariprashnena. Prashna is questioning, inquiry. Through inquiries in a very humble way. Sevaya, doing seva for the Guru, rendering sincere service. Te tattvadarshinaha jnaninaha jnanam upadeshyanti. So once a seeker, a knowledge seeker, accepts a Guru, prostrates himself in front of the Guru, makes sincere inquiries to clear his doubts and renders sincere service, then te tattva darshinaha. Those darshinaha is one who sees the truth. So a seer. Those seers, those sages, jnanam upadeshyanti. So then these self-realized seers, jnaninaha, they will instruct you. They will upadeshyanti. They will give you jnanopadesha. So in the previous verse, Lord Krishna said that all actions culminate in knowledge, and hence jnana yajna is superior. In this shloka, the Lord explains how to seek and from whom to seek knowledge. A seer, a darshinaha, is a person who sees the truth. You can gain knowledge of subjects like physics, chemistry from books, but Brahmanyan can be got only from the sages, only from seers who have realized the truth. The correct attitude, submissive attitude should be there while seeking knowledge, meaning humility is very, very important. One needs to accept and submit himself to a seer, a self-realized soul, one who has knowledge of Vedas and even goes beyond the Vedas and who has understood the truth. Tattvadarshinaha, the seers of truth, not a person who has bookish knowledge, but who has seen the truth, a self-realized person. The knowledge seeker must be humble, submissive, ready to accept knowledge, prostrating in front of such an elevated guru. The word pranipatena has been used, meaning in all humility he must submit himself, he must do Shashtanga Namaskara. King Janaka was a great king, but in front of his guru there was absolutely no ego. So the seeker himself may be highly qualified, but while seeking Brahmanyana, he needs to be humble, submissive, and obedient. Pariprashnena, Prashna is questioning. The knowledge seeker in all humility must ask questions to clear his doubts. So he should inquire with sincerity to get enlightened, to remove his maya, delusions, and to seek peace, not to test the Guru or to get into debates or arguments with the Guru. A person who has ego, who is argumentative, has pride of qualification or position, is not ready to accept knowledge. Sevaya, the seeker must sincerely serve the Guru. Like he must cook food for the Guru, he must wash his clothes, he must gather flowers and fruits for the Guru to do puja. So we have heard of stories where knowledge seekers have been blessed by the Gurus and have been elevated by the Guru, appreciating the sincere seva bhav. So when pranipatena, pariprashnena, sevaya, when all these are fulfilled, then the seeker's sincere aspiration for knowledge is established and the Guru blesses the seeker. When the seeker is sincere and his quest for knowledge is intense, then the Guru draws the seeker into his orbit and blesses him. यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम् एवं यास्यसि पाण्डव येन भूतान्यशेषेण द्रक्ष्यस्यात्मन्यतो मयि. यत् ज्ञात्वा पुनः एवं मोहं न यास्यसि. यत् ज्ञात्वा, so having obtained that knowledge, punah again, moham na yasyasi, one is not deluded again punah after obtaining this knowledge. Pandava, O Arjuna, yena bhutani asheshena atmani. So having obtained this knowledge, O Pandava, you will see all bhutani. Bhutani is living being. So you will see all living beings asheshena. Without exception, you will see all living beings. Atmani, Atmani in self. So you will see all living beings in self. Mayi drishyasi, you will also see me in you, in self. Meaning you will see me, Lord Krishna himself in self. So in this shloka, Lord Krishna tells us the outcome of gaining that Brahmanyana, that is that spiritual knowledge. Having gained this Brahmanyana through humble submission to a Guru and through inquiry and through seva bhav, what is the outcome? The knowledgeable person is not deluded by maya. That is, no illusion exists thereafter. The knowledgeable person becomes detached, has no bondage towards relatives, near and dear ones. The misconception of duality of physical body and Atma goes away. So once the various fellow beings are divested from their identity, the true consciousness that all living beings have the same self energy emerges. All Atmas perceived as emanating from the Supreme, all beings are perceived as a part of the Supreme. The realization that all beings possess attributes of the Supreme and hence are not different emerges. So one tends to imbibe this knowledge that all have the same energy and we are all a part of the Supreme Lord. Api chedasi papebhyah sarvebhyah papakrittamah sarvam jnanaplavenaiva vrijinam santarishyasi. Sarvebhyah papebhyah api papakrittamah asi chet. So even if you are the most sinful of all persons, papakritamaha, the most sinful among papebhyah, among all sinners, even if you are the most sinful of all persons, jnana plavena, plava is boat, jnana plavena, the boat of knowledge, jnana plavena evam sarvam vrijinam santarishyasi. So you shall overcome all the sins, you can cross all this by sailing in the boat of knowledge. So in this shloka, Lord Krishna talks about the glory of Brahmanyana. the Lord declares that even the worst sinner, he uses a superlative, even the worst sinner can purify himself by knowledge. All sins are burnt by the spark of spiritual knowledge. If spiritual knowledge can save the sinner of the highest order, then others like us, we can also seek salvation through this route. In various births, we all have committed sins out of ignorance. People may have committed many sins. However, when knowledge dawns upon them, even a sinner becomes a saint. Valmiki, a hunter, led a very, very sinful life. However, once there was spiritual awakening, he became a saint. So, in this shloka, the Lord uses the superlative. He says that even the most sinful of all persons gets relief. He says that the spiritual knowledge has the power to save the most incorrigible sinner. So let us summarize what we have covered in this video. In the 31 to 36 shlokas covered today, Lord Krishna talks about the glories of knowledge. He says that the awareness, the knowledge that all sacrifices stated in the Vedas leads to action shall bring liberation. Further, the Lord tells that knowledge sacrifice is superior and that to gain knowledge one has to accept and prostrate in all humility in front of a guru and do seva to him with an inquiring mind and wait for the guru to instruct knowledge. Once knowledge is gained, one will have no maya, no delusion at all, and will see all beings in self and also see the Supreme Lord, Lord Krishna himself. Even the most sinful of all persons, he would be able to overcome his sins by the raft of knowledge. In the next six shlokas that we would cover in the next video, which are the last 6 slokas of chapter 4, Lord Krishna provides more insights on the glory of knowledge and selfless karma. Thank you.